Hi guys, welcome to Hair Dry Treatment with me, Soph. So, firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who subscribed to my channel. Today I looked and I've got over 2k subscribers, which is a maximum that I've ever hit, so I'm absolutely buzzing that. So a big thank you to everybody who subscribed to my channel, it means such a lot to me. I've gained a lot more followers as well on Twitter of late, so thank you to everyone who's supported me and backing me. I really do appreciate it. You are first. Hi, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, as you know, we played in a game yesterday. I did do a brief video when I got in last night, but I was absolutely shattered, as you could probably see. So I thought, you know what, I'll do a bit more of a video today and talk to you in a bit more detail about what actually happened at the game yesterday, Arsenal Fan TV against the United Stand. Now, as I'm sure most of you have heard, or at least read on Twitter, because it has been absolutely everywhere. Hi all, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for following me as well. I'll be sure to follow you back when I get onto Instagram. But yeah, you would have seen the score. United Stand did win. Yeah, the game was abandoned. I've had comments saying, how can you say you won when the game was abandoned? Can I just make it clear the game was not abandoned on our part? We did nothing wrong. We went to play football. We played football. So it wasn't ill discipline on our part. We played football. We won fair and square. So yes, it was abandoned, but nothing to do with us on the United Stand at all. What I do want to say as well, that I've seen a few comments saying that there's a bad tackle on me and that's why the game was abandoned. That is not the case. There was a foul on me. Was it a foul? Even I turned around afterwards and said, you know what, I don't even know if it was a foul, to be fair. That wasn't what caused the uproar. That wasn't what caused what happened. However, I'm well and good. Thank you for your support and people asking if I was okay. But genuinely, yeah, it was a firm challenge, but I don't think it was a foul, to be honest with you. I think I did get quite lucky with that decision, if I'm being completely honest. She was Claude Makelele. Yeah, good comparison, to be fair. But all in all, for me yesterday, as I said, it was a massive game on a personal level for me, being a female and playing. I wanted to prove that I'm not all talk and I can actually play football, but at the same time, it was a bit of an experiment, as Mark Goldbridge said, an experiment to see how I would fare against a men's team, to be honest with you. Because even I have played against men before, but it's been more of just a kick around and a mess around. Yesterday, it wasn't that. It was actually a serious game. I know it was dubbed as a friendly match, but it wasn't a friendly match at all. They did have semi-pros playing. They were a proper setup, so it was definitely a true reflection of how I fared in a men's football game. And yeah, I'm happy with my performance. Happy. I thought I did pretty well. Hopefully there will be footage leaked, so you do get to see bits of how I played. I know the goals will definitely be featuring on the United Stand later on, so make sure you go and check that out. But all in all, feeling positive. I want to definitely say as well, I know DT's been getting a lot of stick. I have no problems with DT at all. I shook his hand after the game. We had a bit of a laugh saying it probably wasn't a foul on me. And to be honest with you, fair play. He set the whole thing up pretty much, didn't he, with Arsenal Fan TV. They've got a great setup there. Fair play to them for doing that. And at the end of the day, we came out winners. But I want to make it clear that I've got absolutely no problems with DT or anyone from Arsenal Fan TV, because I fully enjoyed that game. There wasn't a bad tackle on me that some of the rumours were going around. It wasn't a bad tackle really at all. And for me, you know what, life goes on. We took the W, as Mark said. We took the W from that game. Apparently they want a rematch later on. I know Flex is on his way to maybe arranging that. Nothing's been organised as of yet, but football's football. We'll take the win on that occasion, and obviously we'll run with it. We're all happy with the result. We was not expecting that at all. As you know, we were all just kind of chucked together. We had our regulars, me, Rance, Flex, and Mark, and George was there as well. So all of the United Stand regulars were featuring, and we came out winners. So we're absolutely buzzing with that. Are you injured? No, I'm perfectly fine. Thank you very much, Sanjay. You were the only one that looked composed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Congratulations on the exceptional victory against atrocious Arsenal Fan TV. Score predictions on the game against Juventus and Everton. I will be talking about that in a minute, don't you worry. I saw that the story made it into the Mirror as well. My name wasn't mentioned. I was gutted about that. Imagine female footballer playing against loads of men. It wasn't mentioned in the Mirror, but you know what? For both channels, I thought yesterday was really, really good. For us to get together, I thought it was a great idea. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I know the rest of the guys did as well from United Stand. I haven't spoke to anyone yet from Arsenal Fan TV, but everyone was very gracious after the game. We all shook hands, and as I say, life goes on, doesn't it? For me, what happens on the pitch stays on the pitch, and that's the way it should be. You got felled loads. Was it a rough game? you know what, I was playing in the centre of the park. You expect to be fouled every now and again. It's just the way that it goes, isn't it? I'm sure I probably committed a few fouls as well. It's just one of them. I wasn't maliciously fouled. There wasn't nothing dirty on me at all. And like I say, it was, as far as I was concerned, it was a really good game up until the point where it got abandoned. A lot of handbags and things like that, but it's one of them things, isn't it? We knew it was going to be competitive. At the end of the day, it's Arsenal versus United, isn't it? It's always going to be competitive. We knew that from the start. I knew that from the start. I was nervous before the game, not going to lie, because as I said, it was more of an experiment for me as well to see how it would fare. And I think I did pretty well. But yeah, so who is better at FIFA, you or Mark? Me and Mark were talking on the way back yesterday, actually, and I said I'm going to give him a game at some point, and let's have a look who is better on FIFA. Because on the new FIFA, I must admit that I'm pretty shocking. I'm going to do a live stream as well on FIFA at some point as well, so you can all see me have a rage as well, because definitely FIFA rage is like no other rage, and I think I'll be quite entertaining to see as well. The gamer says, where can I see the highlights? Make sure you tune in. I'm on the United stand at 8 o'clock, and I do know that Mark has got some clips from the game. I think he's got the goals on there, so you'll be able to see a few clips and a few highlights on the United stand at 8 o'clock, so make sure that you are tuning into that one as well. Saying he's going to break Mark's leg. Like I say, on Twitter beforehand, there was a lot of to-ing and fro-ing with comments. On the pitch, what happens on the pitch stays on the pitch. As far as I'm concerned, it was handbags, really, that situation. Yeah, great to handle later on, but focus on the football. Like I say, we took the W. For me, it was a good game of football. I thought, considering that we were a team trucked together, I thought we did so well. And we were all absolutely buzzing from that. So focus on the football. Yes, there was a lot of incidents that went on in that game, mostly involving Arsenal Fan TV players amongst themselves, to be honest, because they were frustrated. And you know what? DT's a passionate guy. He was frustrated as well. Like I said, no problems at all there with any of them. Full respect. They organised the game. Fair play to them for that. We were up to the challenge. We surprised them. We surprised ourselves as well, let's be honest. But you know what? We did everyone proud. Thank you all guys for saying well done. I really do appreciate that. Sophie, upload more. That is my aim. I'm going to upload more. Like I've just said at the start of this video, a bit of a celebration. Really got 2K subs now, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a big landmark for me. So it's onwards and upwards from here as far as I'm concerned now. Done the team proud. Thank you very much. Will you be sad when we win the league this year? Says Stuart Collins. I'll be sad when anyone wins the league other than United. If Liverpool win the league, of course I'll be sad. But you know what? We've got to focus on. I'm going to focus on United and how poor we are at the minute, and hope that we're going a long run now. But Liverpool, the style of football you're playing at the moment, there's no arguing, is that you're up there definitely. Just need to see if you can maintain it for the run of the season now. Tia Daly, if it's the one I believe, thank you for tuning in, mate. I hope you're good. Very diplomatic answers, very mature. I can be mature sometimes, Mark. I can be mature when I want to be. Harriet Kane, that absolutely cracked me up. Expressions was there yesterday. He was shocked to see me playing because, you know, I was the only girl playing. He was shocked for one that I was playing, and then he called me Harriet Kane as I walked out, which absolutely cracked me up. And he gave me a hug at the end and said I was playing like Modric, said I had the techers and I was one of the best players on the pitch. So big up to Expressions for supporting on the side as well. He was absolutely fantastic yesterday. A proper funny guy. Go and give him a follow if you haven't, if you want to be entertained, because proper funny guy, a nice guy as well. So if you're next for the Man United women's teams, we shall see. Thoughts on the first half against Chelsea? First half for me, and I tweeted it and I got a lot of stick for it because I was saying I thought we were really poor, too slow, we didn't take any risks, we didn't really give Chelsea a game in that first half. Poor goal to concede. Pogba, visibly angry with himself after what happened. But second half, showed character. When we started to press, it's no coincidence that we started to create chances. Chelsea looks really uneasy when we press them. I just wish that we'd do that from the start. And I know getting a goal gives players confidence, hence why we pressed even more. But you know what? We can pluck off on the back of a good result against Newcastle. We should have had confidence, really. I know Stamford Bridge is a hard place, but I think we gave them too much respect in that first half. We should have gone at them because it proves that Chelsea aren't all that. You know, once they're pressed, they're not all that. Heard there are rumours of a rematch, says George Kyle. George was there yesterday, actually. I believe he did a bit of commentary. Lovely to meet you yesterday, George. There are rumours of a rematch. I haven't heard anything as of yet. Maybe I won't be invited after causing the uproar yesterday. But yeah, there are rumours of a rematch. Whether it'll go ahead, I'm not sure. But I have said that we need to set up some kind of team, maybe a five-a-side United stand team or something like that, because we clicked yesterday. It was fantastic for our first game. I'm feeling positive. Mark was classy and professional with the situation with DT. Respect to him from a Liverpool fan. Stuart, that is true. Mark was classy yesterday for sure. I played in the middle with him, and you know what? He's a decent player, Mark, in the middle. Fair play to him. I thought we had it covered in the middle, both of us. Rant surprised me as well, especially with that goal that he scored, that volley, the techers on that. I said to him at the time when we were celebrating, I said I'm kind of like gutted that went in, because we'll never hear the last of it, and he's been milking it today on Twitter for sure. But no, to be fair, the techers on that was fantastic, and Flex poaching for the first goal. In all fairness, all game Flex's movement was good. To be fair, I think he could teach Lukaku some lessons. Flex needs to work on his first touch as well, though. I've got to admit that as well. Made DT look like Jemba. I am sleepy, actually. Someone just said you look sleepy. I don't think I've fully recovered from yesterday, to be fair. I'm not as sleepy as I was last night when I got in, though. I may watch the Arsenal game in a minute after I'm on the United stand. Let's see how they got on against Leicester. Juventus, obviously, travelling to United tomorrow. How am I feeling about that game? Someone asked me that a bit earlier on. I'm nervous, but I would not be surprised if we go and get a result, to be honest with you. Against Juventus at home, I think it's the kind of game where Jose just might pull something out of the bag. So I'm hoping that we're going to have a positive performance. I don't think we'll blow them away by any means. I think it'll be a tight game, and I'm going to say a 2-1 win to United, I think, is my prediction for the game tomorrow. George, who was there, he says the best thing that you did was took your time on the ball and chose the right option to pass through. Others rush things. I think right at the start, I remember doing a pass that went astray. It's pretty shocking. I think I rushed that one, to be fair. But like I said, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie, I was nervous before the game. I was talking to DT just before, and he was saying he thinks I'm going to be the troublemaker today. He thinks I'm the one to watch, and he said he was going to stick someone on me. That didn't work, did it? Let's face it, that did not work. Sophie, you are a baller. Thank you very much. I love when you skin DT. Is there some footage out there of me actually skinning DT then? Because a few people commenting on it. And I haven't commented on that too much, to be fair. So is there actually a video? If there is, I'd appreciate if someone would tweet it to me, where I flipped the ball over a DT's head, because I did do that. And that was literally 30 seconds before the game got abandoned. I did flip the ball over DT's head. So I was getting the blame for the game being stopped. When that guy fell, Expressions was shouting, "That ain't no date, fam." Expressions, like I say, on the side, his commentary was fantastic yesterday. He was really entertaining. I remember being on the sidelines and seeing you skill him. It was epic. I'm guessing you're talking about when I flicked it over DT's head. DT put on his arse. To be honest with you, like I said, it was really enjoyable. I thought 30 seconds into the game, I thought, you know what, we've got this, because everyone just looked really comfortable. Like I said, we'd never played together before. Everyone seemed to click from back to the front. Everyone was fantastic. Everyone was talking. Nobody was arguing and getting on people's backs, which is obviously not the story for the opposition. But for us, I think because we had the attitude where, you know what, if we get something from this game, fantastic. If we don't, then that's what it's expected. I think I'm drunk tonight. That's what's basically expected of us anyway. Like, people were expecting us to roll over, get battered. That was not going to happen. And you know what? We're absolutely buzzing with the win. Rematch apparently is incoming. We shall see. So better than DT. Where did you play the match? It was in London. It was on their turf. The only potential weakness was that we did play a very high line, which could have been exploited. Yes, we did, but we could afford to in that game. And one thing I will say is our centre-backs, particularly Mella, who scored an absolute screamer. To be honest with you, I thought he was a quality player. He really was. Sophie is better than Matic. Well done, so thank you very much. Guys, I do appreciate you all tuning in. It means a lot to me. Especially people who came to support us in London as well yesterday. Like, we travelled 2.5 hours to get there. I know we weren't the only ones who travelled to go and tune into that game as well. So particularly for the people who came to support as well, fantastic. I know there's a lot of people who were on Twitter who were trying to keep tabs on what was happening as well. And like I say, hopefully we did you all proud, because we were absolutely buzzing with what happened yesterday. So if you know more than football about Jose, I wish I had I was paid for that then. I wish I got paid like Jose did for his knowledge on football. Sophie and Mark to replace Pogba and Matic. Was well worth the journey, did us proud. It was entertaining, that was for sure. Entertaining. I wish the game did not end. Wanted Arsenal Fan TV to be embarrassed. Well, we were already 3-1 up. We were already 3-1 up. Surely that's enough. I wish you got paid too. Not gonna lie, I thought you were all gonna get beaten with all their ringers. So did we. Before the game, we didn't even have enough players. Literally, we were heading out to warm up, and we didn't know if we had a full 11. We had literally down to the bare bones. So fair play. We all got through then. And I've been getting a lot of praise today on Twitter, which obviously I do appreciate. But you know what? It was a team, like I say, all of us, especially the regulars, all pulled together. And everyone surprised me how well we played together. It was fantastic. And like I say, team game. I thought you were going to get smashed. Thanks for the confidence. No, to be fair, we thought the same. Dieter was like, respect, man, respect. As a Juve fan, I hope we win tomorrow, but hope for a fantastic match. Yeah, exactly. I hope it's an entertaining game. I hope we actually attack and play with some speed and some tempo. That's what I want to see as a United fan. We're at home at the end of the day, so I want to see us take risks and go at Juventus. Is that what we'll see? Who knows? But that's what I'm hoping for. Get more people involved for the rematch. Well, I know Mark. Thank you very much, Roberto, for subbing. I appreciate that. I know Mark tweeted the location just before because it was meant to be leaked earlier on by Arsenal Fan TV, and they did not give out the location. So Mark did it just before the game, which I know was late notice. But like I say, I appreciate anybody who came down to support. How did you put a team together? Where did they all come from? Like, I have no idea where they came from. I think we just picked up randomers on the streets on the way to make up the numbers. I really do. But everybody was fantastic. I couldn't tell you half of their names. I really couldn't. Do you have back pains from carrying Mark or Match? No, but I do have pain on my hip from having DT in my pocket, to be honest with you. No, I'm joking. I hope to see in my lifetime pro men and women playing together in some capacity. Just imagine that. Imagine. I would love to see that as well. But you saw that yesterday. Hopefully there'll be some clips released where you can actually see me playing alongside some grown men. Thoughts on Ronaldo returning to Old Trafford? Emotional. I was really trying to get tickets for the game tomorrow and I could not get a ticket. I was begging on Twitter for a while. I've been asking and I literally could not get a ticket. But yeah, it's going to be emotional, I think. And yeah, it'll be the last time that Ronaldo comes to United unless we sign him in January, won't it? Let's face it. So it'll be the last time, Ronaldo will come to Old Trafford. So yeah, definitely a good experience to be there. For those who are there tomorrow, I hope it's a fantastic game. I really do. But what a moment to be at Old Trafford when Ronaldo returns. Sophie, what do you think about the state of women's football? It's getting much, much bigger. Obviously, money-wise, nowhere near as big as the men. It never will be, really. But over the years, I mean, I've watched it grow. Obviously, I've played since I was 8, so I've really watched it grow. And over the last few years, after the Olympics, really, I think, you know what, women's football has come on leaps and bounds, especially in this country. And it's exciting. It's an exciting time for ladies football, especially with United now getting a women's team as well. It's a good time to be involved. Sophie, why don't you try and play for the United women team? They've got to see me play. They've got to see me play, and then hopefully I'll catch the eye. Thoughts on England's win against Spain? You know what? England on the Southgate, we're playing some exciting stuff at times. Normally, it was an absolute chore to watch England, but of late, it's not so much of a chore, is it? It's more of a chore to watch United at the minute, to be honest, and I can't remember the last time it was like that. So, yeah, I'm feeling positive, to be honest. Our international team is looking really good. He's playing young players, fast players. They're playing at tempo. Exactly what we want to see from United at times, really, and that result was a fantastic result. Sophie, the video I did on Marcus's channel, the whole game, if you want to watch. Yeah, I've seen bits of it, to be honest with you, George. I will give it a watch. I want to see if I can see the part where I turned inside and I think I got tripped by one of their players, but I turned inside on 2 players. I don't know if you remember it. I wanted to watch that bit back, so I'm going to have to do a scan through that video and see if I can find that. Think Arsenal will beat Leicester tonight? I do think they will, yes. I would love it if they didn't, especially after the events of yesterday. I'd be interested to see how people would react if Arsenal lost, but I can't see any other result than an Arsenal win, to be honest with you. If you had the chance of getting one of the players of 2009 squad to improve us, who would it be? That is a very good question. Who would you choose, Lionel? I'm going to ask you first, because that is a good question. Were there any scouts at the match? I don't think there were. Obviously, I don't know who was watching, to be honest. A lot of people tweeted saying they were on the sidelines, and I had no clue they were even there. I was in game mode. So I didn't see, to be honest with you. There's a lot of cameramen there, but I don't think a lot of the footage is getting out. Sophie, was the quality higher or lower than you're used to? To be honest with you, I think because the game was bigged up so much, I think I was kind of putting myself under a lot of pressure, and I was, like I say, I was nervous before the game for obvious reasons, being a female player. I was thinking physically, am I going to be able to compete? Is the pace going to be different? And I was very worried because people were talking to me and saying, "Oh, what, Sophie's playing?" And people were like doubting me before the game. But you know what? I must admit, being in the middle, I've played in tougher games this season in my league than I did yesterday, to be honest with you. But it's hard to judge, to be honest, because, like I say, I was playing against men. Were they going 100% against me because I was a female? I'd like to think they were. I certainly do think they were. But I know a lot of people are commenting and say, you know what, the men who I was playing against didn't go 100% or full throttle because I was a female, which I don't think was the case. But you know what? For me, like I've just said, I have played in tougher games in that centre of the park anyway. It's been more of a battle for me this season in the league. Yeah, that's a really good comment. Sophie, I hope some young girls watch yesterday's match and take inspiration. That was my idea for tomorrow. I wanted to prove that, you know what, females can play football. I wanted to prove that I wasn't all talk. I wanted to prove that I could compete in a men's side, because a lot of people are very derogatory and put women's football down and say it's a lot slower and things like that. And I wanted to prove that, you know what, it's not all that different from men's football. I can actually compete. A lot of females can compete. There's a lot of females out there who are a lot better than I am, for example, and I thought I did pretty well in that game yesterday. And just kind of try and be of inspiration and try and give confidence to female footballers, because it is a growing sport. It is getting bigger and bigger, especially within this country, as I've just said. And hopefully I opened a few eyes yesterday to say that, you know what, I can play football. A lot of females can play football, and yes, we can be as good as men. We can be. And that was the idea of me going on yesterday. And I was scared that I was going to make an absolute tit of myself and not be very good and show myself up. Of course I was. But you know what, at the same time, I thought, you know what, technically, I'm pretty sure I am good enough. And hopefully I proved that yesterday. And hopefully you can see some clips where actually you can see how good I actually was in comparison to some men. Right, guys, I've got to shoot now because I'm on the United stand. Please make sure you shoot over there if you do want to see some highlights from the game yesterday. I know Mark has got some clips from Arsenal Fan TV that's been released. Definitely the goals. Hopefully my flick over DT might be on there, but I'm not sure. But go and check it out for sure. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate your support. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like and drop a comment. Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well, @SophRicho. I am very active on there. And yeah, thank you so much for your support, guys. Over 2k subs. I could not imagine being in this position when I first started my YouTube. So thank you all so much. And take care. Have a lovely evening. And come on, Leicester tonight. Cheers, guys. See ya.